Let me take Srini. I remember his ID. I said Srini is going to be the account holder, and if HR administrator want to proxy in, you can see here user ID is nothing but account holder, and proxy ID is nothing but the proxy user, and all, if you keep yes for all, right, which means that you are granting access to all the modules of Srini. This is equal to this column, guys, all column. And you can see here, if you want to remove them in a bulk fashion, as I told you, right, you can grant them in a bulk fashion or you can remove them in a bulk fashion. So if you want to remove the existing assignments, if at all HR admin is one of the proxy user for Srini, and if you want to delete the existing assignment, right, you can go ahead and keep yes here, guys. If there are something currently assigned in the system, this will remove that particular access, guys. So that is how it is going. And in the same fashion, you can see here, let's say, let me take another user, guys. Let me take P Sudhir. And let's say if you want to, HR administrator again wants to log into couple of modules, let's say based on the performance, you can see here whether the user will be able to access the performance management of Sudhir account. Yes. Administration tools. Yes. User directory. No. 360. No. Compensation. Let's say yes. Employee scorecard. Yes. And reporting or dashboards module. Yes. So like that, based on your requirement, you need to go ahead and populate this CSV file, and you can go ahead and keep n number of records, guys. It's not only one user or one combination. You can go ahead and keep n number of permutations and combinations here, and you can just prepare the file in a CSV file format and upload that into the system, guys. Let me save this into a CSV file format here onto my desktop. Proxy management import file. I'm just saving that into a CSV file format, right? I don't know like why it is asking 2 times to save the file, but yes. So you prepared the file as per your requirement. Where you are going to import that into the system is like, if you go back to your administration tools, if you click on user management, you see a proxy import option. Or if you go to the admin tool search box, keep typing your proxy, you can see proxy import option. Both are the same thing. Browse for the file, and ours is in February directory. You can see this is the file, guys. Just import the proxies into your system. It will take 1 or 2 minutes to process the file based on the number of records that you kept. And you can see a file has been accepted, and it is going to take 1 or 2 minutes, guys, to process that particular file. And then you see all the access that has been granted to the people. Let me log off and log in again quickly so that we can verify the change. You know, it's taking its time again.
Raghu, that CSV file is uploaded in instance system?
Pardon?
Yeah, that CSV file that is uploaded in instance system, or
instance only.
So how we will log in into the other person's system? Like I have a proxy permission, how I log into the motion system?
Tasneem?
Yes, sir.
What is your question? How you can log into the other person's system?
Yes.
No, you are going to proxy into their account. You are not logging into their system. You just proxy into their SuccessFactors account. And to log in to proxy into their SuccessFactors account, right, you don't need any credentials. You just need access. Your administrator, say if you are an employee and you are trying to log in or proxy into another employee's account, your administrator should grant you the proxy access to that particular account that you are interested to proxy in, Tasneem.
Yeah, Raghu, I understand the thing, but I have a confusion. Like, let's see, you grant permission HR admin for proxy to Mohsin account.
Yeah.
Now HR admin want to see the Mohsin account, so how he will be able to see the account?
Here you can see here, this is the option. He goes to the name drop down menu and you can see this is what I did right last time also, the same thing. Let's say if I want to go to Srini's account, you can see I can just go ahead and select this Srini T, that is the configuration that I kept in the CSV file, right? If you remember, the proxy import, the proxy import file has been prepared in such a fashion that I can proxy into Sudhir's account as well as I can proxy into Srini's account, and one of the user is Srini T. That is the reason, like I can see here, I am able to proxy into Srini's account, and right now I am in Srini's SuccessFactors account, Tasneem.
Oh, I understand now.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So that is how you are going to basically work with your proxy management functionality, guys. These are the two different ways how you can grant or revoke the permissions or the proxy functionality in your system, guys. Basically anything, guys, you have to start with your provisioning system, make sure that particular feature or functionality is activated in your provisioning system, then come back to your instance and do the required configuration, guys. Let me see.
Raghu.
Yeah.
Yeah, since we don't have access to the provisional system, how do we actually go in at the back end to actually activate all these things?
No, see, you are activating, you are going to configure the things after activation only, right? So if it is deactivated, you will not be able to configure anything, right? So things that you are going to work on your instance is already activated in your system, guys. The thing you have to do is like you have to go ahead and configure that.
So now, as you're training us now, are you training us to become a consultant and training us to become an administrator?
Can you repeat that question, Victor? I'm not able to follow you.
Is this training meant to be for an administrator or consultant?
It is for a consultant.
Now, fine. If it's for a consultant,
Yeah.
who has the access to the provisional system?
Yeah.
Is it the consultant or the owner?
See, all the consultant is not going to have access to the provisioning system, Victor.
Okay.
Yeah. See, earlier how it used to happen is like if you are a professional services certified consultant, yes, you will get access to the provisioning system. And now the clients are accepting the or granting the provisioning access if you are a certified consultant.
Okay.
Yeah. So if even like if you are a certified consultant, it's not mandatory that your client is going to grant you the provisioning access. It's all depending on their necessity. If there is no other consultant, yes, you'll get the access to the provisioning system.
So now how are you going to work on the system for them then?
Now see, your provisioning system is not going to be like, see, as though it is in a training, right? I'm showing you to activate and deactivate that. But say if you are working at a client place, you are going to work on the provisioning system only during the time of implementation. Once you activate some functionality or module, right, you are not going to deactivate that again and again and again, right? Daily you are not going to log into the provisioning system. Once you implement, that's it.
Okay.
You are keeping that in a bin. That's it. Once in a while, like probably like once in a quarter or once in 6 months, you log into the provisioning system. It's not that daily you will go ahead and do some changes over there. No one will recommend that, guys.
All right, Mike. Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Okay.
Raghu, this is Smita here. Regarding the grant proxy tabs and that module that where you went and selected all, or we had an option where you can select specific modules. Those things, is that standard that's coming up there as options or okay?
No, that depends on like how many modules you activated. Say in my system, you can see here, I don't have activated onboarding, and that is the reason you don't see onboarding there. And you can see here, the payroll is not activated. You don't see payroll over there. You don't see recruiting.
Yes.
You don't see learning over there because we didn't activated that. Those licenses, say it might be the reason you don't have licenses at all, or even if you have licenses, you might not have activated that module in the provisioning system.
Okay.
Yeah, that is the reason you don't see those columns, or you don't see that labels over there in the proxy management, guys.
But so it's not dependent on the user that you're going to, like, or the account holder that you're going to give access to. It's just dependent on the system that you have activated here.
It is dependent on the system.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. And let me show you another thing, guys. Okay, so let me talk about the import export functionality, right? While you are importing and exporting the user side, you see a lot of options, and we haven't discussed about that. Let me go to the employee export option. I'll talk about what are the different options that you see over there, and then I'll start working on the employee import option, guys. You see here, I clicked on the export employees or export your user data file, UDF file. So when we are going to export the user data file onto your desktop, you go to your manage employees portlet under the administration tools, click on employee export. And you see, we were just going that and exporting the file. But when you drill down this drop down menus, right, you see there are a lot of options here, and what they are going to specify is like, it's pretty simple, guys. You can straight away understand this. You can see here whether you are interested in exporting only the valid users, which means that only the active users. By default, the system will export all the active users and inactive users as well. Say if you are not interested in your inactive users, just go ahead and select these things so that only the active users data is going to be exported into your UDF file. And only the system fields is nothing but the mandatory fields are going to be exported to your desktop. And you can do that. And here, this export as a batch process is nothing but, say if you are not going to select this export as a batch process, and say your organization got 10,000 employees, and the moment you click on export user file, right, the screen is going to be frozen, guys. I mean to say you will not be able to move out of the screen until that particular process or the request has been completed and you export the data to your desktop, right? You will not be able to move out of this particular page. And if you don't want to do that, you are interested in just submitting that as a background job and go ahead with the rest of the work in your organization and whatever you are supposed to do, come back to this particular page at a later point of time and you want the data of the request that you submitted. In that case, you are going to select it as a export as a batch process, guys. Let me show you how it works. You can see here, export as a batch process, right? Click on export user file. It is processing. You can see, guys, now you see here itself, a new request was submitted for user export. And this is when the request has been submitted. You can go ahead and do your own work, guys. You can go back to the administration tools and come here at a later point of time. The data is going to be available to you with respect to the last request that you have submitted. In fact, any customer, any consultant that has been submitted, right, you will be able to export that data, guys. Let me go back to the employee export again. You can see here, request submitted for the user export has been completed and the request has been submitted just now. You can just go ahead and download the report, guys. That's it. It's the same thing, whatever we see earlier, right? It's the same thing, guys. Let me show you that. can see this is your CSV file format. Go ahead and open that in a spreadsheet, guys. You will be able to see all those things. All the employee records has been exported here. You can see here.